Picture this, a huge company, heartbeats slowing, trapped in old routines. The CEO calls a crisis meeting, but most heads barely nod. Change feels distant, almost impossible. Why do so many transformation efforts fizzle? John Kotter's legendary answer: it's not the plan, it's people. What if we could crack the code on getting real change to stick? That's the secret this book unlocks, and it all starts with one unexpected step. Let's dive into how companies get stuck, often paralyzed by comfort, and why a burning sense of urgency is your first weapon to ignite change. Back in 1987, Paul O'Neill took the reins at Alcoa and immediately zeroed in on worker safety. It wasn't profitability or market share, just safety. His blunt message: every injury is avoidable. That sharp focus lit a fire so intense it shook the company awake. Suddenly, every leader felt pressure to act because survival wasn't just about the bottom line anymore. Think of urgency like a wake-up punch to the stomach. It's not just about facts or data, it's emotional, raw, and impossible to ignore. Imagine an alarm bell ringing so loudly it pulls everyone from the easy chair of status quo, making them uncomfortable enough to act before the cliff looms. This urgency isn't just hype, it creates real momentum. Once people feel this pulse in their veins, change begins to ripple through teams, sparking action faster than resistance can build. In Alcoa's case, targeting safety eventually boosted profits too, a surprise payoff when the focus stayed human first. Next up, it's tempting to push change solo, but Kotter reveals change needs champions, an entire squad of believers joining forces before the real work begins. When the British Petroleum (BP) started their deep transformation, CEO John Brown didn't just rely on his own voice. He handpicked a diverse, motivated team across levels and departments, his guiding coalition. This crew wasn't about titles. They were a unified battalion ensuring the change was visible, credible, and unstoppable inside the company. Picture a rowing crew. No single person rows fast alone, but together with perfect timing, they slice through the water efficiently. This coalition acts like that crew, pooling energy, influence, and expertise to steer the giant ship away from old habits and toward new horizons. The proof: companies with strong guiding coalitions double their odds of successful change. When teams rally around a clear vision, resistance gets drowned out by collective energy, turning tough initiatives into clear wins everyone owns. Finally, the hardest step. Not just starting change, but locking it in so it doesn't slip back into old habits like dust on a forgotten shelf. At Marsh & McLennan, after a big change effort, leaders discovered the true battle was keeping new behaviors alive. They made leadership development continuous, spotlighting role models who lived the change every day. This wasn't a campaign with an expiration date, it became how things were done. Think of culture like a garden. Plant new seeds, sure, but without constant watering and pruning, weeds of old habits choke growth. Leaders must keep the garden alive by modeling change repeatedly, embedding values in every conversation and decision. When new approaches become part of the company's DNA, employees don't just follow rules, they breathe the new way. This cultural shift locks transformation into place, creating a resilient, dynamic organization ready for what's next. Remember that Alcoa meeting? The fire wasn't in a memo or a plan, it was in real urgency, a guiding coalition of believers and embedding change into daily life. Transformations don't fail because the ideas are bad, they fail because leaders don't nail these steps. So here's your shot today: find one person to join your change coalition. That's your first move, start the momentum. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.